Well, hello, friend. I'm so excited to be with you in the afternoon. It is actually 3 o'clock Central Time here in the United States of America. It's 4 o'clock on the East Coast. It is 1 o'clock on the West Coast. It is very rare for me to have the opportunity to come to you in the middle of the day. I'm so honored. I'm privileged to talk to you anytime I have a chance. I see many of you right now logging on and posting on. Hi, Marcy. Thank you so much for tuning in this afternoon. Friend, let me explain to you that as one who travels and speaks, my schedule is constantly in a state of flux. And so this was the only time that I could be with you for sure this particular day. And so I so appreciate it. Hi, Corey. Good to hear from you. I believe that is Muriel. Hello, Muriel. Brooke, how are you? Hey, it's good to just see all the names that are coming across the screen. I'm going to pick certain spots all throughout this week because of the hectic travel schedule to just appear. So keep looking for me on your Facebook feeds. And when you get a chance, make sure that you're able to share our encouraging words with other folks. Everybody needs a word of encouragement. Hi, Steve. Much love to you as well. Hi, Agatha. How are you? I love it. Hi, Joshua Morgan. Way to go, brother. I appreciate it. Jonathan, what's up, brother? Man, I feel like I know y'all. Hi, Gail. I better stop talking to you or I'll waste all your time. But you know what's amazing? What's amazing is that we have created this community where we literally help each other. What's amazing is that we have this wonderful opportunity not to talk at each other, not to talk to each other, but to talk with each other. I was blown away a couple of days ago. I believe it was Sunday, when I got on the plane after sharing a Facebook post at the airport in Minneapolis, and I looked at all of your posts and I looked at how you folks were encouraging each other. Blessed beyond measure. That's why we have to hold on to hope. We have to do the very best we can every day, regardless of the situation, to hold on to hope. And that's what I want to talk about for a few minutes today. So if you can think of somebody right now that you know might need this message, I would encourage you to do everything you can to share this post with them. I also want to encourage you as often as I can to please do everything that you can to add some hope to somebody else's life. I know what you're thinking right now. Rick, I'm hopeless. I'm feeling hopeless. How am I going to add hope to somebody else's life? I want you to listen to me very carefully. It is in the midst of what you perceive as hopelessness that you actually add hope to somebody else's life by doing something for them. And guess what? You will feel better. Listen to me very carefully. Oftentimes, a sense of hopelessness is when you don't perceive that anything is going to get any better. When you can go beyond you and try to offer help to somebody else, for a moment, the heart becomes glad because you've helped somebody else. And it gives you a sense, whether you're cognizant of it or not, that maybe things might get better for me as well as a result of me seeing myself help somebody else. And so, friend, always have the goal every single day of offering a gesture, a symbol, or a word of hope to someone else. For me, here's one of my basics every day. I am not fully dressed unless I have a smile on my face, because I want to smile more than I frown. Somebody in my day, somebody on that flight tonight, somebody is going to need a smile, and I know that. And I want to tell you folks to be encouraged to give people something that they can hold on to. This world is filled with fraudulent things that look good, that taste great for a moment, but are less filling, as the old Miller Lite commercial used to say. How about dispensing something that people can hold on to for more than 30 seconds? There's something that people can hold on to more than just a transient, temporal sort of relic. Something that people can really hold on to that will be significant and meaningful, and dare I say it, transformative and life-changing. How about holding on to hope? I know what some of you might be thinking. Rick, I'm in a situation where I feel like a failure. Relationship may have failed. Job situation may have failed. Friend, I want to tell you something. Failure is not all bad. I want you to listen to where I happen to be in my book, Afraid to Hope. If you don't have it, get it and read it and pass it on. Oh, and by the way, once you finish reading it, write a review on Amazon.com. It will encourage other people to get the book. I want you to listen to what I wrote on page number 66. I try to read a nugget every single time we're together. I'm still in chapter 4, titled Buying Real Estate in the Valley. I quote John Maxwell. I love John Maxwell. He's one of the most prolific writers in modern day in the area of team building, in the area of business and strategy, in the area more than anything else of leadership, of developing leadership. If you can get your hands on a John Maxwell book, it will be a great investment. I love quoting him as an aside. John Maxwell said on one occasion, he said, leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. And then he goes on and says these words: your ability to influence people within the sphere of your periphery determines the impact that you will make. Leadership is influence. Want to grow your capacity for leadership? Grow your influence. How do you grow your influence? Telling the truth, thinking the best of people, doing what you say you're going to do, and for our purposes, living a hope-filled life, regardless of the situation, regardless of the circumstances. It'll grow your influence. Rick, what in the world are you talking about? Well, I want you to think about this. Which type of person would you rather be around? A hopeless person or a person filled with hope? When you're filled with hope, you're going to grow your influence to the point that other people will want to be around you, will want to know, hey, what does that person know, or what is that person doing that perhaps might be able to help me? Just a little aside. Here is the quote from the book, Afraid to Hope, my latest book. I'm on page 66. For those of you that may be reading along with me, I'm in the second to the last paragraph. I wrote, John Maxwell, in his New York Times bestseller, Failing Forward, makes the argument, quote, the difference between average people and achieving people is their perception of and response to failure. Oh, baby. You know, we have not done a good job teaching the benefits of failure. I have a lecture that I have offered to many companies called the fringe benefits of rock bottom. Let me give you a different perspective of failure for a moment. Just because you're in a situation that's failing doesn't mean that you're a failure. Ha! Woo, baby. Just because you've been demoted, just because you've been kicked to the curb, just because that relationship hasn't worked out the way that you've wanted to, and somebody has labeled that relationship a failed relationship, doesn't mean that you're a failure. I failed many times in my life, but I am not a failure. I am a child of God. It's impossible for me to be a failure. I've been into some situations that have failed, but I am not a failure. Those of you in a difficult situation, I want you to repeat that to yourself as often as you can. I may be in a failed situation, but I am not a failure. So now this sets up what can we learn from being in a failed situation. The best way for me to help you see the utility of a failed situation is to go back to my days when I was the chaplain and character coach for Texas A&M's football team, Gig-'em Aggies. And oftentimes I could remember getting back home in the middle of the night from playing a game, say in Lincoln, Nebraska against the Cornhuskers, or playing a game against Iowa State or against Kansas State or against Notre Dame or against Alabama. And you get back from playing a game in the middle of the night, and let's say we'd lost the game. I would call that a failed situation. A couple of things I want to share with you. First of all, in sports, you don't have long to hang your head low. We would get back in after a game, depending on the time of the game, anywhere between 6 at night and 2 or 3 in the morning. After going to church that morning and after some time with your family, you report back to the facility that afternoon. The players that are hurt get some treatment, you have some meetings, and then you watch the film. You watch the videotape of all of the plays that led to the failed experience. And then you get coached up really well. And here's the point. It is those failed situations that force you to make decisions that determine whether or not you're going to grow. That's awesome. Painful? Yes. But remember the words of Samuel Chan, who wrote in his book, Leadership Pain. If you're not growing, if you're not in pain, you're not growing. If you're not experiencing pain, you're not growing. You know how I shared that with a congregation recently? This is the way I shared it. If you're not inconveniencing yourself every day, how can you call yourself a servant? Servanthood is not 8 to 5. It's not when you're feeling good. It's oftentimes when you don't want to do something for somebody else. And so there is nothing like pain to really grow a person to get to that next level. Even the pain of missing a block, the pain of missing the game-winning tackle, the pain of losing a game that you should have won. And so I saw an interesting transformation. Transformation. I saw an interesting transformation take place between Saturday night and Sunday night. Saturday night, sulking, heads low, can't believe it, in a pained situation. Sunday night, wins the next game. I've seen my mistakes, and I'm rising to the occasion. When's the next opportunity? When's the next opportunity to be excellent? How can I make excellence in my life dominant, prominent, preeminent, zenith, number one, top drawer, top shelf? I'm firing myself up. I gotta calm down. When's the next opportunity for me to go out and to be better than I was on Saturday night? Because guess what? In athletics, no matter how poorly you may have done, another team is coming to town, or you're heading to that town. And so you don't have a long time to sulk and feel sorry for yourself. You don't have a long time to stay stagnant, to stay passive, to scream, woe is me. You gotta move. Yeah. Guess what helps us move, whether we're in a sporting environment or not? It's holding on to something greater than us, like holding on to the power of hope. I think I can do a better job blocking. I think I can do a better job protecting the ball. I believe that I can do a better job running the ball. I think I can do a better job kicking the ball. Rick, I believe I can do a better job as chaplain, a better job as assistant coach, a better job as a trainer, as an equipment person. I believe I can do a better job. When is the next platform? So you literally go from woe is me to when is the next platform that I can stand on to show myself that I can grow, that I can go to the next level. Failure provides the platform for growth. Failure provides the incubator to birth growth. Without failure, how can there be any growth? Because failure forces you to make a decision. Do I stay at this level? Do I keep repeating the same behaviors that got me into this situation? Or do I do some self-evaluation? Do I realize it's not his fault? It's not her fault. It's not their fault. But maybe I need to look at Rick Rigsby and ask myself some questions that I've been dodging. That, my friend, is holding on to a kind of life-changing, energetic, transformative power called hope. Boy, what a way to start the week. I am fired up, baby. Yeah! You know what? I love this Bible verse. This Bible verse that says this: I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Some of you listening or watching may not believe in the Bible. But whatever you believe in, believe this: you can do all things, but you can't just say it. You have to believe it. And you can't just believe it. You have to put one foot in front of the other. For me, it's that visual picture of holding on to something greater than myself. What are you holding on to, Rick? A quality that God placed in my heart, that places a transformative demand upon my heart to believe for the absolute best outcome. So I cannot regard failure as something that is going to bury me or kill me. I have to make some very hard choices. First choice, how did you get in this situation? First choice, asking yourself some tough questions. How did you get in this situation? Second choice, what could you have done to prevent this situation? Third question that I have to ask myself, what are some things that you are learning that will help you not get in this situation again? Fourth question in the form of a choice, what can you do now? What one action step can you take right now to start climbing out? Remember, those young football players, their action step, I'm going to watch the videotape. And tape don't lie, as they say in football. And I'm going to learn what got me into this failed experience so that I can grow before the next team comes along. I want to tell you, failure is a powerful motivational tool if you choose to look at it in a healthy way. Oh, friend, you don't have to stay stuck. You don't have to stay at that same level. I know that there are difficult times in life. I have felt so many times in my life like a failure. Here's the reality. I was in a failed situation, but I wasn't a failure unless I made a choice to do nothing. And when you make a choice to do nothing, I can't even call you a failure, but what I will call you is this, a passive person who is attempting to label themselves as nothing more than a victim. You don't want that. Take a step forward. First step, I am going to choose to hold on to something greater than me, something called hope, that will cause me to make some choices that will lead me to ask the tough questions. And I am going to use this temporary time, this momentary time, to learn, to grow, to stretch, and to get better. Friend, I close with this. Don't allow a temporary situation to define the rest of your life. Learn from it. Learn well from it. Benefit from it. And move on by holding on to the power of hope. Oh, baby. I hope somebody's encouraged. I am. I want you to be blessed today. I want you to be encouraged. I want you to be uplifted today. May your heart be filled with peace. May you be filled with peace today. May you be encouraged and uplifted. Can't wait to visit with you next time. Until then, be blessed, friend. Be blessed in your pursuit to live a great life, a life filled with hope. Blessings. I'll talk to you soon.